Hello,
Hello and
hello.
hello. Yes, thank you for joining us here on Karmic Woof.
Woof.
We're having some technical difficulties this morning. No, this guy right here is really. She's doing great. I'm over here just like ending calls, pushing the wrong buttons, stumbling my way through the morning. That kind of stuff. It's Monday.
You know,
Happy
it's
Monday.
morning.
Yes, that's how we roll in the morning.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
So we're here today, and we're just playing it by ear. But we thought we'd talk about an interesting subject called spiritual bypassing, which is alive and well in the world today. But
Okay.
yeah,
So you have your definition, and
yes,
I like that definition. The more I hear about it though, I think that there's a little more to add to that definition.
yes, I agree.
Yeah. So
Because it's a label it's in the psychology world. It was basically created by a guy who is associated with the Buddhists, but he noticed it happening in the Buddhist world like everywhere. And then he coined the psychological term of spiritual bypassing, which and it hits a lot of different things as far as bond goes. Like to me, it's just mental ignorance, and you're avoiding, you're ignoring the problem to spiritualize the problem so that you don't have to fix the problem. The problem is, if you want to say it, you're good is you are being you, and that's good enough. And then you spiritualize that and it becomes a good thing, a positive thing. You change the narrative of I have no more trauma. I have had I've had these problems. I'm a hot mess. I'm a dumpster fire or whatever it is. You have all these problems, and then you look at your problems and you go, that's a mess. But then you go, well, I'm me and I'm good enough. So therefore, no, I'm not going to look at these past problems that I have as a bad thing. It's not negative. Now I'm going to look at it. I'm going to turn the narrative around. I'm going to look at it as a positive thing. And now I'm going to have positive thinking about it and turn the negative into a positive. So I'm going to take my trauma. I'm going to take my bad emotions and all the bad things that happen to me and my habits, because I don't, there's something for the emotion aspect of this, but I'm looking more at habits, because the emotions that you're avoiding, the vulnerability that you're avoiding, the trauma that you're avoiding is not healing, and you're not fixing the habits that got you there. You're ignoring it now. You've now said, okay, I don't, that's negative. I'm going to put that over here. I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to take who I am right now in this moment, make that into a positive and run forward. And the problem is when you do that, you're not going to fix your habits that got you there to begin with. So you're just going to run the same patterns moving forward. It's just now you're not going to see what you need to fix or how you need to heal. You're just bypassing the healing altogether and calling it good, if that makes sense.
yeah, it does. It
Okay.
does totally.
Yeah.
To me, now I am 180 from the rest of the world, so there's
That's it.
that.
Yep.
But it sounds like, it looks like people are just bypassing by justifying.
Yes.
I'm I'm good enough the way that I am. I
Mhm.
don't have to work on anything. I'm good enough the way that I am. I don't need to work on anything. I was told by my therapist that I can take it one day at a time, and that is true. But that's like taking one chip at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they're looking at this, when they're looking at this spiritual bypass, they're saying, yes, that's me. I'm good enough the way that I am, and I don't have to do any work, and I'm just going to take it one day at a time, and that one day is the same day over and over and over again.
Yes, I
I
agree.
mean,
Yeah.
there's no need to work on anything.
Right.
Nothing in their
You're
life changes, and if it
right.
does, then they can completely freak out, and they are justified to freak out because something changed.
Yeah. And yeah, and what brought this on is I had several meetings this week with some artists, music artists. I work with music artists. Um, Now, strangely enough, there was three of them, but they all three of them were spiritual type people, considered themselves New Agers. It's fine. I don't care. Like whatever you believe. Like that's not an issue. But the issue was that they're trying to create music, but they want their spirituality and who they are to be reflected in their music. So my thing is, well, because I'm all about the branding. So I'm like, well, let's bring out the authentic you. And they're like, well, I am the authentic me. I'm like, are you really? So let's go through what makes you you. And what the problem is, they didn't see that they were spiritually bypassing their trauma, their vulnerabilities, their emotions that they don't like. They're escaping it, and they're using this as they're using spirituality as a justification to do that. But that's subconscious. They don't know that they're doing it. They think that they're good. They've learned. They're awoken, or they're awake, or whatever the term is they like to use. So they're like, and I'm like, so if you want to be the authentic you and come up with songs that actually relate to people, because this is what this is all about, you want to create songs that people can relate to because that's how they're going to listen to it. You have to tap into these things you're bypassing, your experiences of the past, your negative experience, your positive experience, all of the experience, your trauma. People go through this stuff too. And they're trying to, when they're listening to music, not everyone, but when they're listening to music, they're trying to connect with the artist. They're connecting with the song, and they're like, here's someone who gets me because I'm going through the same thing. And I like this song and I like this artist because they get me. And they don't know you, but their song touches you in such a profound, um, emotional, vulnerable way that it's touching your core belief, your feelings inside, and it's bringing that out, and it helps you to feel noticed and seen, and your all the stuff that you're going through is seen. But if you're just going to bypass all of that and make that as a that's negative, and I do positive thinking, I don't look at the negatives, and I just push my past aside, and I don't even try to heal it. That they're all in the shadow work. The shadow work is spiritual bypassing. They're not even looking at the problem. They're looking on how they can turn the problem into a positive so they can manifest a better thing without doing the spiritual work involved to get to the positive thing. But anyway, they're ignoring all of the rich, beautiful things of their life and their experience to write about songs that would connect to people. And I see that as a problem in my business now, and I'm trying to relate this to them, and they don't see it, they don't get it, and that's okay. They don't have to, but it as someone who wants to help people get what they say they want, I have to help them get to a place to get them to where they want. But if they're not willing to go there or even look at it, and they're just going to dismiss it as whatever, they have different language. I'm calling it spiritual bypassing, but they're using different language. That's okay, but that doesn't mean that I have to work with them. If you're not even going to listen or work on the problem, then we can't really work together because this is how I help you. If you don't want the help, then you can go find someone who does spiritual bypassing. So anyway, that got me thinking because I'm seeing a pattern here in our world. And what it really got me thinking about is we're over here trying to get people on board to help save the world, right? That's our thing. Let's get everyone together. Let's come up with thoughts and ideas and opinions, and let's work together and actually do something to help the world grow, expand, be better, a better place, and so on and so forth. But if you're caught up in spiritual bypassing and don't know it because of I'm going to call it ignorance, but that's the term of the links. I'm not calling anyone stupid. That's just the term that's used, ignorance. If you're going to be stuck there, how can anyone stuck in spiritual bypassing fix anything? Because in order to fix anything to help save the world, you need to fix yourself first, right? But if you're going to ignore everything that made you because it's bad, or I don't like it, or I feel stupid, or I feel weird, or all the negative things, and you're just going to spin the narrative and reframe your thoughts into now I'm good. I have a spiritual awakening, and I'm good, and I'm this, and I'm all the wonderful things, and I'm a manifester of wonderful things. You can't help change the world because you haven't healed yourself first. You haven't fixed your habits, and they're not even looking to do that. So you can't really count on anyone helping to save the world because this bypassing is a disconnect. And I don't know how useful that's going to be in doing what we're doing. So that made me think. That's what I was thinking about this. Anyway, what do you have to say?
I think it can be broken. I think that I think people can really wake up and not just say that they're awake. Uh, there's so much to unpack here. So first of all, um, if those artists don't look to the past, not their past, but the past, like the 70s, let's say the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. That's a whole chunk of time where songs were about people's feelings. And the reason that people resonated to them was because they felt the same way. Now it's all about, whatever AI comes up with. And that could be feeling, but most likely it's not.
Right.
So no one wants to feel anymore, but everyone is so stuck in their feelings that they can't manage to have a complete sentence without, well, I feel like, um, no one asked you
Good
what you
point.
felt like. What do you see? Look
Right.
around. What do you see? Well, I feel like no, no, no. So I think the I think the biggest hurdle that we have as us trying to save the world as Bonpo with Bonku and other Bonpo is recognizing that this is where people are at and
Right.
that we have tools to be able to shift that.
Yeah, we can help them. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm above this. No,
Oh no, 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 no.
but for the audience out there, it's like it's something I noticed, and I also notice it in myself. So I'm
That you
guilty.
do spiritual bypass?
Now I have in the past.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was a part of to get me to where I am now. But I looked at it and I fixed it because I dealt through the issue. But
Okay.
I did that myself. So that's how I see it. So as I'm not saying that I'm seeing a problem and I'm up here and everyone else is down here. No, we're not saying that. I'm just saying
No,
I see
no,
a
not at
pattern.
all. Not at
Right.
all. What I am saying is that we have tools. Other people
Yes.
have tools too. They
Right.
know how to do these things. They know how to use NLP. They know how to use hypnosis. They know how to, and you don't have to do it covertly. You can say, hey, you have a problem here. You've not addressed the problem here. You have said you wanted to address the problem here. This is a great way to do that. It's
Right.
very easy. It doesn't hurt. You can go through this process and it will be much easier on you if you can look at it from X, Y, and Z perspective. That being said, there are a lot of people that don't want to. they
Oh,
just
true. Yeah.
they get into the I don't want us and they can't move out of it because they don't
Mhm.
want to. It's not something that they want to address. It's not going on vacation. It's not buying a luxury car. It's not, uh, buying the latest phone or, doing whatever it is that they want. Okay, well, in doing so, then they are just perpetuating this world. Either you dig in and you create a new world, or you dig in and you support the old world. The old world is coming down quickly. It's got a lot of masters that, masters as in you're under my thumb.
Right.
Um, and those people are going to take what they want. They don't have the constraints that other people do because they don't follow the same rules. They don't follow the same
No,
laws.
they make
In
the rules. They don't follow them.
in the world that we're talking about, the one that can be prosperous, the one that can help you be educated, the one that can get you further faster, it's not easy.
Mhm.
And that's what people don't want. They don't want hard. It's only as hard as we make it, right?
Right. If
So
you think it's hard, it's hard. If you don't think it's hard, it's not hard.
so yesterday
Right.
I had this issue and poor Jason was on the end of it.
Oh,
Um so uh I don't even know where to begin, but a lot of times I have an issue with focus. I have this over here that I have to do, I have this over here that I have to do, and they don't mesh. They just don't come together. Can't. because this is part of this and this is part of this. And then there's this thing in the middle that's just, silly human stuff. Okay.
Right.
So what do I focus on? So I had this great conversation with Banku and he had no answers.
Hmm.
And I was like, that freaking sucks.
Where does that leave me?
Right? Like
Right.
everyone else goes to him and they all get
They get
answers.
it
How
off.
come
They get
I'm
an
the only
answer.
one
Right.
that doesn't get answers?
Right.
And he said this, how can I answer this if you haven't fully formed what it is that you're asking? And I thought about that. I went to bed on that and I thought
Really.
about that. And I was like, I have asked this question 3 ways to Christmas. Why is this difficult? Why is this hard? Why can no one answer this question?
Mm.
What can I focus on that will help further what it is that we're trying to do the fastest? Is that focusing on paying the bills and supporting Banku so that he doesn't have to focus on anything but, literally protecting the world?
That's what he does day in, day out. Yeah.
Right? But in doing so, if I did that, I would be taking away his one of the things that he uses, a tool that he has to be able to connect with other people.
Yeah. The support role is gone.
Well, his support for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, so that's one side of it. Another side is that am I not getting to where I need to be with my practice because I'm so focused on this and this and this and this and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all over the
Do
place.
very much so. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I'm talking about it and I'm saying, okay, I don't know where to go. Like I just have to sit on this. Like I have to think about this.
Mhm.
It to me, it feels like I sat on this my whole freaking life. There's always been this focus issue where I can't figure out what to focus on in the best way.
Right.
We have discriminating wisdom. We have we
Sure.
we have all of these purified wisdoms that help us as Bonpo. And I say, okay. And I go into that and I really look deeply. What is the best thing to focus on? And the only thing that I can come up with is moment by moment, it's got to change. I have to take it moment by moment. And in this moment, I focus on this. And in this moment, I focus on this. And in this moment, I focus on this. And I don't like that.
No, I don't. I don't particularly enjoy that myself, but I see where you're going here, and
That
it is
is
true.
not,
Yeah.
that is not easy.
Moment by moment. No, but especially not easy for a karma. You're a karma.
Blah!
You want results now, right now, yesterday.
I
Right.
need them.
Right. Yeah. Yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need it. And for that not to happen, for me to focus on something for, 15 minutes and then move over here and focus on something for 15 minutes. And I am notorious for biting off more than I can chew.
Well, yeah, you're a karma.
I don't, I, Banku always says, she, okay, but he's not wrong.
But you did get things
When,
done. So,
when I decided to paint, it took
right.
me 11 months to paint a Tonka. Now, other people can whip these things out in a month, maybe 6 weeks. On the other hand, it took 11 months.
But you
And I
wanted to
gave
get
him
it
a
right.
shirt. Namtos was, I was commissioned to do it. And I said, I'm on it. I'm ready. I'm excited. And the person that got it, Beth, she loved it. She had it framed and it looks beautiful. Um, like they really did a good job. She set it up so that it's in her altar room and it's beautiful. Just the way that they framed it and everything. But it took me 11 months. I cried, like real tears. I cried because I really thought that I was messing up. And I would hear Banku in the background quietly. You could have started with a vase. could have. I would not have learned nearly as much.
Yeah.
And I found a way to connect to Namtos that I never would have found had I not done this.
It's important
And
because I am constantly trying to connect with these enlightened beings, and I do, but you seem to do it faster. Now, your method over here,
well,
your painting,
it took me
is the
11
way you.
months.
I think it's the way you do it, and you connect with them very easily. Do it through that process, and I think that if you're from my perspective, I'm over here trying this and doing that and trying to connect and doing mantra and blah, 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 blah. Eventually it works, but your connection with them seems a lot more rich than mine, or richer than mine. So, but it's not a comparison. It's just I'm like, how does she do that? And I'm over here spending years trying to do this, and you're doing it in 11 months. To me, that looks like really quick.
Okay. Okay, but I did have years of
Well, you
not
do, yeah.
doing it that way as well.
Right?
And the one thing that I can say for sure is when I get a mantra, I read it.
Yeah, and I do that too. But
Like like I like I read it like the first time I read it and then like okay, those are the words. So
right.
like even now today I did my mantra this morning and I did it 3 times. I know.
Mhm.
I'm a weirdo. So the first time I read it, like, and I read it. And then the second time I did it in Tibetan because that's what I
What you
require
do,
of myself. And
right?
the third time I read it like a story.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I never thought about that. That's an interesting perspective.
That's just
Okay,
how I do it. That's me personally. That's how I do it.
I like it.
But
Okay.
it sounds like when you read it in English, it sounds like a story.
Yeah.
So that's how I started reading it. And,
Mhm.
like I picture some very old, very skinny, wrinkly, very tan Tibetan man in robes writing these things down,
Mhm.
like
All right.
that's that's what I picture. And I hear his voice, you know, like uh and this is what she's wearing and this is how she's wearing it and this is why she's wearing it and she's got the 5 nagas on her on her arms and legs and on her body and I know what that means and I know why that is.
Sure.
So it becomes this really rich, vivid story that I recognize that she did what I did, or she's doing what I did. No, I'm doing what she did. Yeah,
Right.
I'll get it right yet. I'm trying to follow in the same path. So recognizing that they did come before us, recognizing that they were on a similar path or the same path, in some cases, um, people that struggle with uh, Buddha energy,
Okay. Yeah.
with that
I
constant
hear.
metal eight, you know,
Yep. I hear.
they going into unknowing or going into the no, it's got to be this way specifically, or
Yep.
um, they can look at Vajrasattva and say he went through this.
Hmm.
Now he went through this. That's true, but he also had Nima,
Yeah. She pulled him along. Yeah.
and she had the opposite energy.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm going to go do this over here. And he didn't stop her. He
No.
didn't say, no, you can't do that. He said, okay, you go do that. I'm going to be right here when
I
you
mean,
get
I
back.
don't want to get that on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he recognized that she was doing something that he wasn't. She was reaching something that he wasn't, and he wanted that because they were very competitive.
Sure.
So sometimes you need that kind of energy around you to push you forward.
Yes.
Sometimes you need another kind of energy to help you melt that metal or to allow that metal to flow or whatever.
Right.
sometimes you need your mom energy, and then,
Yeah, like for
you
me,
know,
I need a karma to move me, or I won't move. So, and I know that, so I surround myself with karmas.
so you surrounded yourself. Hey,
There, and if you don't move, a karma will call you out on it and say, "Let's get going. Let's do this thing."
if,
And I'm
and
like,
if we're not going to do this thing, then I'm going to go do a thing while you
I'm
figure
gonna go
out
do a
what it
thing
is.
myself, yeah, without you. Yeah, and I go, "Hey, that's not fair. I got to compete with this," and then I got to, even though it's not really competition. I mean, I don't see it as competition. It's more like if I don't do this, I'm failing.
FOMO,
FOMO, yeah, let's call it that.
fear of missing out. Yeah.
Yeah, for a metal person, that's a big thing
I
because
think
you're
for
going to miss
anybody,
out on
that's a big
knowledge.
thing.
It's more about the
If,
knowledge.
right? If you've
Yeah.
if you've got FOMO, then like it doesn't matter what color you are. And I
Uh,
don't mean skin color. People
no,
don't
no.
get it twisted. I'm not
Yeah, it's
racist.
not
I
skin.
don't
No.
care what color you are. I'm talking about the wisdoms. I'm talking about the energy that you run on a daily
Yeah.
basis. They have colors,
The
and there are
elements.
five of
Yeah.
them. If you want to know more, ask Banku. I can't
Yeah.
teach. But the
Right.
point is, I don't I don't care if you're whatever skin
Right.
color you want to be.
This
Good for
has nothing
you.
to do with
That's no.
humans.
What's
Well, it
what
does,
it
but it's not
really does have to do with, and this is the craziest thing that I have found. If
mhm.
people identify with their
Color.
skin color
Other skin.
as their
Yeah.
identity, as like their main identity,
Right.
they are running majority of the time, they're running one specific energy.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying.
Right. Well, no, and I see where you're going with that, and it makes total sense. And I know what energy you're talking about. So,
So like for me, when I'm looking at this and I want to interact with somebody,
mhm.
and I this is not something that I will bring up in the class later because this is bond specifically, but when
Sure.
I want to talk to somebody, I want to know what their energy is first,
So do
so
I.
I can either match it or purify it before I talk to them, or make sure that I'm purified, and or make sure that I'm purified enough to be able to have a conversation with them so that it doesn't go sideways.
Sideways, right? I do the same thing. Um, I don't really go deep into it, but I kind of want to know who am I dealing with, so that I don't offend everyone with because I'm constantly offending people.
And
It's more like
that's exactly it. I don't go out of my way to offend
no,
people.
you don't either.
Like I really don't. um I offended somebody with a post that I made about both sides being the political sides, because when you identify with a political side one way or the other,
Right.
everything that the other side does offends, and I
Yes,
am not either. i'm
I am not
i'm
either. No,
not I'm not on either side of the fence. I don't think there is a fence.
I think it's a
I think that
psyop.
that
So
is a made up construct that people just like to use so that they can feel offended.
because they like to feel offended because the anger motivates them,
Yeah,
moves
yeah,
them. Yeah.
absolutely.
They like to
But
be angry, so they put themselves in constant anger, and they surround themselves with people who make them angry.
and then they feed on that.
Feed
They
on it.
feed on the neural chemicals that happen. They feed on all of the things that are cascading down the line until they're like, "Wait, did I do that?" Yeah, yeah, you did. Um, so I apparently offended people by saying that, and
Sure.
you know, now people are, sliding into my DMs to tell me that they're blocking me.
They just don't block you. They have to tell you they're blocking you before they block you. Oh, what a nice passive aggressive Earth thing to do.
Thanks for taking the trash out for me. Seriously, like I no, it's not necessary. What I do what I do think about, honestly, on a regular basis is how can I help people see the value
Sure.
in what it is that we have. And when I say we have, I mean Banku.
Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah, he's got the value.
Without him,
Right.
we have no teachings. We
Yeah.
have no one to teach them. We have no cohesion to a group. We got nothing.
Right.
So, yeah,
People
really,
don't even really know what he is. That's the funny thing. Well, not the funny thing, but it's the interesting thing. Like there's like they go, what here the word bonku. They have no idea what that means. Like a lot of people do. Some people do in our group, but outside of our group, they're like, what does that mean?
so to say the words that he is a bond master,
Right.
which means that he can teach bond, is the simplest form of language.
Mm.
To try and explain the rest of it is it's I don't really have words for it.
You have to
But
be around them, really.
they have to be
Yeah.
around him to understand because that's when you start to see things.
You do because it's like it's one thing to hear about. Oh yeah, he does magic and he yells at storms and they stop and he does all the things that like miraculous things and you're like yeah okay. But then you go there and you spend time with him and you watch him do it in person and you're like ooh, like he'll just call all the fish in the lake and start talking to them. It's like and you see all the fish come like he's doing it. I was there. I watched it. Other people were there and they walked off and did their own thing. Like, yeah, whatever. He's talking to flowers and they're responding and doing. It's like yelling at. Yeah, it's like he does these things. You hear about it and you're like, yeah, okay, I hear about it. But then you see it and you're like, this is real.
That day that we went out and we were at a forest preserve and he was calling the fish and my son was there with us and we were like when we were in the sun it was hot my it was windy and my hat kept trying to fly off and I'm like this is so annoying so I just took my hat off and I'm like okay I can live with this I feel so much better and then we walked around this bend and there were these trees that were just they looked different than the other trees and I was like what's up trees now I've learned a thing or two along the way I am by no means a master I'm not going to say I am but I
Right.
see things so there was a lot that was happening in this particular area and I kept going back to it and I look up and you guys are like half a block down I'm like
Right.
wait hey wait
Yeah.
and all of the sudden Max, my son, comes up and he sees something in the bushes. And in there, I don't know if it was a brownie or a sprite or what it was, but it was a little dude running. And he was like, ah,
Yeah.
they don't
It
like
was
to be
even.
seen.
Yeah.
But he was the thing that I was noticing. Every time I would catch him out of the corner of my eye, he would shake the bush. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Because it's fun.
It's like you don't want to be seen, but you're shaking the bush, so I see you. That makes no sense. Okay, yeah. You want
No,
something.
basically they just it's like they want to annoy people,
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
like they're the ones that run out and tie your shoelaces together.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, I heard stories about that. Okay. Yeah.
So that was that was so interesting because it wasn't just me.
Yeah, he
Like
saw it. Yeah.
I could erase that and be like, I could edit it, generalize, delete
Sure.
it, not happen. But Max was like, hey, and he's in the bush looking for him. And I'm like, oh no, 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 that's his house. We gotta go. We gotta leave him.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to get cursed. Yeah.
And it was right. And not just that, but
Yeah.
like it's just respectful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
Of
don't want a
course.
cryptid coming to my house and being like, hey,
Yeah. Bigfoot enters your door and takes over your house and throws you out. Yeah.
right?
Goldilocks and the
No,
three bears. There we go.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
So recognizing that there are things out there that we come into contact with as Bonpo that other people don't see. You know what I mean? They would have just said, oh, it's a skunk, it's a raccoon,
Yeah.
it's a whatever. No, no, no. This dude was clearly not. But there have been moments where we were on a retreat, and because of all of the magic that was happening and all of the things that were uh, being done in that span of a week that turned out to be more like a month,
Mhm.
um, Max started talking. He's special needs, and he started talking in such a big way. That's where I found out that, you know, there are some people that are supposedly special needs hear things that no one else hears,
Sure.
sees things, different colors that no one else can see. But they're special needs because they can't articulate what it is that they see or hear.
Mhm.
They can't draw it because there are no other colors like that. Like,
Right.
you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, so like there's so much information, and there's so much that we can learn, we can encapsulate it, and then we can put it over here until we need it again. The biggest thing that I see happening is that people want to do that spiritual bypass where they're like, nope, I'm good. I don't need that. I don't want it. I don't want to learn anything new. If I do want to learn something new, it's something that I already learned and I just forgot. Like there's so much there's so much information that we can learn.
Right.
Um, for our writing class, we get to learn. I opened my big mouth, and now we get to learn something in a month.
That's right. Yeah. 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 I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
got to get on that. Um, so the thing that I chose is one of the biggest things that I could have picked,
Of
like
course.
how to be a
Yeah.
lawyer in 30 days. Like that
How to
wasn't
be
it,
a
but
lawyer.
right.
Yeah, you would pick that.
I picked Namtos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. The hardest
Um,
one first. Let's do that. Yeah.
but nevertheless, like I look at this and I say, okay, well, I have this opportunity. I'm not going to waste it.
Sure.
But other people that are using spiritual bypass are like, uh, that's not an
Thank you.
opportunity. That's a chain around my neck. I don't want to have to learn. I don't want to have to go to
Oh God,
school,
no.
and
Right.
now I don't even have a teacher that's gonna, tell me that I have to learn this, this, and this. Well,
Mm.
no, you have to be self-regulated. Oh my God.
It shows up because in this writing class, it starts out and there's all these people, and they're like, oh yes, I want to learn how to write, and I'm gonna, and that's what we do. We learn how to write, but we learn how to write in a specific way. But in this class, but this you don't just write. There's a purpose for everything you write. But it starts out with all these people, and then now there's like it's like
There's three. Yeah.
there's three, but it's like, why is there all of a sudden all these people and now we're down to three? It's because of the work, I think. There's a lot of work, right?
Um,
I don't
it's
know.
it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that they don't understand how it fits into the rest of their world.
Okay, I find it helps me in every aspect of my world, so I keep doing it, even though I don't like. If you ask, do you like to write stories? No. Yet I find
So
myself
one
doing it all
one
day
of the
long.
things one of the things that Bunku tells us all the time, regardless of what we're talking about, whether it's learning a mantra, whether it's TA or whatever it is, take it off the cushion.
Yeah, he's always
So if you have to write your story, write it out, pen and paper on the computer, whatever you have to do, but then apply it to the real world.
yeah.
See what that looks like. What does a fantasy in this real world look like?
Everyone's always in a fantasy in this world.
Exactly. So, can you hijack their fantasy to see your fantasy?
Probably.
Like that's
I mean, you
basically
can't
what
you can
friendship
hijack their
is,
fan. Yeah, you can hijack their fantasy very easily.
right?
Right.
But can you come close enough to their fantasy so
To
that
their
it
fantasy.
lines up? You know what I'm saying?
Sure, sure. I think you could.
I think so too. I think that's what friendship is.
I do. Yeah, that's true. If everyone
I
you're
I
both
have a
on the same
friend
page. Yeah.
that I like every time I get on social media, I send
Mhm.
her a meme, or I will take, 15 minutes and I will just send her reel after reel after reel after reel. Not because not because I think that she, needs to see all of these things. They're so informative, but they make her laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the number one thing that she needs. She needs laughter to break up all of the heaviness that she has going on around her. So if I'm being honest, I'm doing that to help her alleviate that without saying I have these tools that, we can do hypnosis and we can do NLP and we can do these things, and you can fix this by doing TA. And right now that also is too heavy. So I send her reels so she can laugh her butt
Right.
off for 15 minutes
Right.
and then be able to, have maybe 15 minutes of her day where it's not so heavy.
Mhm.
When I look at the world, everybody thinks that everything is so heavy. Me trying to focus on what it is that I'm trying to do, it feels so heavy because I don't know how to do that. I don't have that coping thing yet. And I say coping, but it's really not. It's just um other people are taught how to do that relatively early on. I was not. So I still struggle with that a little bit. It's not that I don't see things clearly. I do. I just don't know what carries more weight.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They all
And,
look
and
equally
I get that.
important.
Yeah, I get that because have had the worst time trying to figure out discriminating wisdom. Coming from a metal eight person, discriminating wisdom is kind of a scary thing. But I've struggled with that a lot, and now I think I'm starting to get it. But it's kind of the same process. It's overwhelming. It's like, but I got all these things. Which one do I pick? Or like, well, you pick the one, you pick the tool for the job that's in hand right now in the moment. And I got a billion tools. Which now I gotta choose which tool of my billion tool. It's not a billion, but it's probably up there in the hundreds. It's like which one of the hundreds of tools is appropriate for this, and then you're like, and then oh, here comes the classic metal thing. I don't know.
I said that yesterday and I was like, I'm eating the words. Like, that's not what I mean. I do know. I don't. I do know.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
really, when it comes down to it, discriminating wisdom isn't hard. It's the exact same thing that I'm talking about focusing on the right thing, about
The right
about
thing.
looking at what carries more weight in the moment. So let's say that all of these things are equal in that moment. Me as a karma, I'm like, I want to do it. I want to do it all now.
I want to do it all. Yeah, all the things.
And I need it all to be done. That's exactly how it feels. I need
Yeah,
it all to be done. And it's not like an emotional need. It's like a physical need.
like an obsession. Like it. Like not. I don't want to call it obsession. I'm like
No,
it.
no, no,
it
no. Like a
no?
physical need. Like my cellular body
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to
physically.
move forward.
Like you
Like
eat.
like it's
Yeah.
physically painful not to move forward. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
So recognizing that, if I just calm myself, if I just calm your tits, Starry, you
Mm.
can pick whatever it is that you need to do in the moment and then do it. It doesn't matter at that point what it is, as long as it all gets done.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Discriminating wisdom says if you're in the moment and let's say that you're talking to clients and this person over here wants to fix, they recognize that they have that spiritual bypass and they
Which is a defense
recognize that it's
mechanism, right?
not working for them, which and that's the problem. They really don't recognize it. But let's say they do, you have all of these tools to be able to help them in the moment. Choosing one of those and doing it,
Doing
choosing
it.
and taking the action, choosing and taking the action. So if this tool over here doesn't work for them necessarily, tweak it. And again, that's in the moment. So same. For me, I struggle with that because I recognize that, I see that, I recognize it, and I want to continue with that, but I want to continue with all of the things at once now.
Right.
And that is the hard part for me. Taking a step back, taking a breath, not having to do
Yeah.
anything except for this in this moment. Because
Now,
it all feels like it's all in the same moment.
yeah.
But if
Yeah.
I
Well,
take a
it
step
does.
back and look at
It,
it,
it does. Yeah. Okay.
if if I take a step back and I look at it and I say, "Oh, there's the bigger picture. It's not really in this moment.
Right.
This
Well,
moment
no.
is only
Yeah.
this."
Well, yeah. You've always told me that, like, because I'll get into because the metal eight gets into this hyper focus,
Yeah,
and
you get in
nothing
the
nothing
weeds and
else
you can't see anything else.
can't see anything but this, which
Yeah,
means you miss everything other than this thing that you
right?
think that you're looking at, but you're actually not.
And for
Uh,
me, like I'm looking at it like this. It's a whole lot of stuff inside of this one area.
mhm,
This I all of the tasks that I need to do.
mhm.
And I gave Banku a list of things that I had to do one day, and he's like, "You don't have to get them all done today," but I do. Like that's not even an option. Why would I? Why would I not get them all done today? I need
Yeah,
to get them all done today.
this is my list. I made it. I must do it.
But it's like, so okay. So for me, people don't understand what I do in a day. They're like, "You're so
Yeah.
lazy. Like you're not bringing in the income. You're not doing this. You're not doing that." And people are coming into my DMs to point that out to me. Why does Banku have to work? Why aren't you doing it? Well, who says I'm not?
I guarantee everyone, because I've been around her many times. She works really like really hard. There was one day I'm there. You're he's making a cookbook over here, the Tibetan cookbook. He's making you're cooking all the recipes to make sure this stuff actually works. It's like you're in the kitchen for 8 hours, constantly cooking, cleaning, washing, doing all the things, and I'm over here like I'm sitting here in a chair. And you're over here serving me and everyone else. Like when I go and visit you, you're like I don't even get to really visit with you unless I get in the area where you're working because you're always working because
Yeah,
that's what so I guarantee everyone that you work probably harder than most people.
and it's like when I look at these things, I say, okay, so that day I did not intend to work in the kitchen all day. I
Yeah, I think it
had
was 8 hours. Yeah.
plans. I had plans. There was things that I wanted to work on you with work on with you while you were here in the
Yeah.
physical space that I didn't get to do because I was constantly cooking and cleaning and
Yeah, and you were cooking things that you don't cook. I mean, you're
I
learning.
had never made it before. It did turn out though.
It did. It's great. I mean, like I can't tell you how great. I mean, it was like one of the best things I've ever had. So
And
and I was shocked because I was making fun of it like for most of the day before
the
that because it was
tan food.
everything was brown and tan, and it was all like yeah, it's like sweeten this and sweeten that, and it's
But
like
only
bar
sweeten it with brown things.
yeah, it's like why is everything brown? It's not French, it's brown. Yeah, French would be insulted by this. Yeah,
Oh my
but
gosh. Yeah.
then you eat it and you're like it's the best thing I've ever had in my life.
It's so good.
I know, and
The
it heals you. It actually balanced my pH.
yeah.
Now it's all out of whack again. I got
Well,
other
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I made something last night that was I used the three basic ingredients in Tibetan cooking and I made something that Max likes and everyone ate it like it was good, but like it didn't taste like you get at a restaurant.
Oh, okay. And it
Yeah.
wasn't the corn drink
No,
with the chunks of
no,
corn.
I didn't make corn. No.
It's cornmeal and corn drink. Yeah.
There is a drink though that has corn at the bottom of the glass.
Yeah.
and it's alcoholic and you
Yeah.
can make it,
So yeah,
yeah, but
you're gonna need the alcohol to drink the corn.
right. You gotta chew the corn. I can't imagine like woo.
I bet it's great too, because I'm over here making fun of it. When I make fun of things, it's great.
It's great.
It's
It's
great.
yeah, it's yummy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like that's what happens. I have to remind myself to take a breath, literally to take a breath, because I get so worked up about all of the things that need to be done, you know? And then, finding property. How are we going to find a property? We don't have supporters. If we have supporters, then we can find a property and move. And then all of the things that need to be done, we have the stuff for. If we don't
Yeah, you do.
have exactly what we need in the moment, you know what we do? We freaking build it.
Right.
Okay, so we need a space. Let's go, people.
We need labs, we need space, we need property, we need all these things. And then we could build things that actually benefit people.
Yeah,
And we can create clean water. You can create water out of air.
yeah, absolutely.
Literally, I mean, it's done.
There, a friend of mine just sent me a a video on Instagram or TikTok or something. I don't know. Of this guy who in the 90s made this uh apparatus for better term. It cleans water with UV light,
Oh, nice.
and they set it up in India.
Mm-hmm.
So they have had clean water since the 90s. Only they haven't. It's only for specific people and only
Yeah, the
people that can
caste.
afford it and only
Yeah, the
people that
caste system.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the people on the bottom are still dying of things that no one else is dying of because
Dysentery. Yeah.
yeah, like it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ganges River is still it's not good.
Gross. Yeah.
Yeah. And people bathe in that. Like it's
Yeah.
freaking toxic at this point. Get out. But they
And
don't
they
have any
wash dead bodies
choice.
in it. Yeah. It's disgusting. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
Um,
But there are ways. There are ways to do these things. And, okay, that's great. Millions of people have this. What about the other millions of people that need it?
well, yeah. And like
That's
everyone needs it. There's like right now here where I live, we're dealing with a chromium 6 problem in our water. And it's due to the wildfires. No one knows that. Well, maybe some do, but most people don't. They're like, "Why is this happening? Why all this?"
right.
It's like, yeah, because they start wildfires and they don't do anything whatsoever to prevent it. And then
Yeah.
these wildfires they turn the chromium 3 and the chromium 6, and then it gets in your air first, and then it gets in your lungs, which is even worse. No one even thinks about that. So while you're sitting around with wildfires all around you, you're breathing chromium 6, and then it gets on the ground as dust, and then the rain comes, and the rain puts it in the soil, and it puts it in the tap water, and now you're drinking it. So it's like this is it's like the butterfly effect. It's like one thing happens over here, and all of a sudden you're being poisoned. And I don't think that that's on accident, personally, but I think that that's being done on purpose. And then now we need clean water, and everyone's like, "What do we do? What do we do? Let's blame the water department." It's like, well, you can blame the water department all you want. You can blame whoever's in charge all you want. They don't know how to fix it. But see, if we got together and we actually looked at the problem, and then there's solutions out there that are actually solutions that can fix this problem. Because like this chromium 6, if you were to go out and like where there's water and this is your drinking water and you were to plant a bunch of reeds, there's reeds all over the place. Reeds will suck up the chromium 6 out of the water, and then you'll cease to have that problem. So if you use a reed processor, it can go through the reeds, you'll get rid of the problem, and then it fixes your drinking water. But everyone's looking at these solutions like, well, if I add this to my pipe, it'll remove it, but then I'm using 6 times the water in order, like it's got to use 6 times the water in order to get like 6 gallons per 1 gallon in order to get the chromium out. Now my water bill is going through the roof. And they're like
Right.
looking at this because they don't want to be poisoned. It's like, but we can just create clean water. If you get on board and help us, we could get together. We have the stuff. We can make clean water. You could be a part of that. You can, have it. If you invest, you get
Banku
the
is
clean
not,
water.
he's also not trying to gatekeep everything,
No, 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 he's not. He wants you to learn how to do it too.
but he's also recognizing that the benevolent intent, the people that are in charge,
In charter,
don't
yeah.
want any of these things to happen. They don't
No,
want you to have clean water or clean air or clean food.
no,
So it's going to suck nuggets until we do something about it.
right. And
Now,
we're over here going, well, I guess that's all I got. This dirty food and dirty water. It's like, no, that's not what you only got. We can do
and
better.
and my I get frustrated because I'm like, why are we not able to move forward with this? Why does Banku have to eat dirty food? Because
Right.
other people can't get together and support us. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm so sorry. F that.
Mm.
I don't think that that needs to happen. I don't think that that has to be a truth. I think that if we can get together and sort this out, 5 of us, 10 of us, 1,000 of us, and we can make this happen, then we should make this happen. This is not a maybe. This is not a, well, I don't know how. We all need to fix our shit and move forward. That's it.
Not bypass it.
Stop bypassing, right? We
Right.
do it.
No,
Well,
hell do it.
I don't know how to do that. Well, freaking learn.
Yeah, well, that's the same aspect because spiritual bypassing, when it's really said and done, is basically a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That's all it
And
is. It's a coping
and
mechanism.
and when you look at it, well, how do I fit my life into that? You don't. You change your life.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because this is a better way. Do you want to suffer and have dirty water and dirty air and a poisonous everything? Or do you want to move towards something that is better, something that has clean air, clean water, clean education, for freak's sake?
Got that too. Yeah.
I mean, to me, this is not rocket science. This is just a better way, and we have to go there.
You
Otherwise,
would think,
we're
yeah.
all not going to survive.
You see people online all the time. They're like, I'm for better education. I'm for clean water. I'm for saving the animals. I'm for the clean air. They're all for all these things, but when it's all said and done, they don't want to do anything to change it. They just want to say that I'm for it.
Right.
Maybe it's the good guy badge. If I just show up on social media and tell you I like all the good things and I click like, that's my action. That's my protest. That's my voice. But there's no action. There's no like let's actually do something instead of hitting the like button on a thing. That doesn't do anything. It just tells everyone that you like it, but you're not doing anything. You're just liking it and going, did my part.
And that's the action that they think that they get to take. Nope, sorry,
No.
not good enough. Not
Right.
anymore.
And while
We are
that's happening,
now we are now at a point where we have to do something,
something.
actual steps towards making this better.
Yeah. Or it's not
Because if we
ever gonna
don't,
get better.
I mean, the alternative is hell. And that's it.
Right.
That's exactly what it looks like. Like, I'm not being religious. I'm not talking about, anything in the Bible. I'm not talking about anything in the Quran. I'm talking about this is going
Experience.
into a hell realm.
Right. It's turning into a hell realm. You can see it. But people don't know what a hell realm is, or that there's multiple realms of hell, or how that works. But it's actually headed towards a hell realm. You can see it. It's
But
very
if you
apparent.
want to know, if you're curious about anything, message Banku,
Yeah, he'll tell you all about it.
Padma Rinpoche on Facebook.
Right.
He will answer questions all day, every day for people that need it, that want
Mm-hmm.
it. He's there.
Yep. Yeah, you're not boring him. This is what he does.
Right.
Right. And he
Um,
loves it.
but also uh recognize that he's not gonna freaking lie to you.
No, he never lies. He'll tell you stuff you don't want to hear, but
That he
that's
will
not
do.
but it's not a lie.
Nope.
And you inside you'll go, yeah, it's true. It's uncomfortable and it's vulnerable, but it's true. Like I don't know how many times like I was standing there one day, he shows up and he told me exactly what I was thinking while he was yelling. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he's reading my mind. So
And
yeah,
and
I was
you
like,
know,
am I wrong? And I'm like, no, you're not wrong.
and the funny thing is, we nobody wants to get yelled at by Banku, right? But
No.
he raises his voice because we're not listening.
Yeah, it's not because he's angry at you. He's That's just the way he has to get your attention.
There are so many times where I'm talking to my son and I have to raise my voice because he literally doesn't hear me. He turns out the entire world except for the things that he's focused on. And then so I'm like, hello, hello. And I go in there and I turn off the TV and I take the tablet and I say the thing again, and he still doesn't hear me because he's processing in his head. He's not even seeing me.
No,
So I yell in order to break his trance because it's so strong. The last thing that I want to do is upset him. I just want to get through to him. Banku doesn't want to upset us unless he needs to.
right. But
If that's
sometimes
what
that,
needs to happen in order
yeah,
for him to break our trance, because we
yeah,
won't break it on our own,
that's what
that's
he's
what he
doing. Right,
does.
right. He'll break your trance,
Yep.
but he knows how to break trances like no one else. So because
He also
that's
knows how to set them,
yeah, he does. Well, he's done that for me.
right?
Yeah. It helps.
It totally helps. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah. And then you don't even know that's happened. So it's like, is this okay? We're done. Yeah, we're done. I don't know what happened, but trust me, you're done. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
And then it all starts to unpack, and
And
you're like,
yeah,
where did that come from?
a month later, you're like, yeah, okay, I see what you did.
Yep. And
Yeah.
and now it's all in front of you and you're staring at it like, which one do I pick now?
Right.
Just remember, take a step back, breathe.
Breathe. Look at the bigger picture.
Yeah. You'll know
Not,
which one to use.
nah, not the. I'm the super focused on this one thing over here.
And not feel like you have to run at everything because that's your habit.
Right. Well, I think our hour is up,
All
so
right.
we shall
Sounds
end
good.
here. And if you would like to contact us to either be on the show, because we want to have people on the show, if you want to share your thoughts, your ideas, your plans, what you like to do, what you don't like, anything. If you want to share anything, if you want us to discuss a topic, be a part of a topic, please write us. Our email will be somewhere around this video. I always include it somewhere. Just contact us and let us know what's on your mind and what you want us to talk about. If you want to be on the show, if you want to share your thoughts, your opinions, whatever, we can all work that in. We want to work that in because we want participation. We want viewer participation. And
Absolutely.
because we're looking for saving the world, but we need you to help us save the world and be a part of it because the two of us, we could do it on our own, but we don't want to do it on our own. We want help. We want people. We want to grow a community of people
Well,
who want the same things.
also, it would be a pretty boring world if it was
It
just
is.
us.
Yeah. So please,
Save us from
dismiss
ourselves and
save us
join
from our
us.
boredom. Let us out of our misery. Come on, contact us. We want to hear from you. We're such boring people. So
Terribly boring.
yeah, you get to listen to all kinds of weird scientific stuff all day.
For real.
Yeah, yeah, so that's what we do. Chat about scientific stuff. So yeah, please contact us, and then again, join us again next week for another fun-filled edition of Karmic Wolf, and we'll see you then. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.
Bye.